In this video, we're going to go over the CSS inline styles. Now, I've talked about this CSS inline style before, but I just want to expand upon it a little bit. Now, there are three major ways in which you can add CSS to your HTML page. And one of them is using the internal style sheet. The internal style sheet here. And so that's something we have been doing, where we placed our style element inside the head. We placed our style element inside the head and used it to style our HTML page. And the second one is the external style sheet, something we have been using, which is this here, over here, the styles of CSS. Here we linked it, the link relationship style sheet, and we linked it to our CSS. So this is the external style sheet. And the third one now is the inline styles. The inline styles, something we are about to cover right now. So this is what we are going to be talking about in this video, the CSS inline styles. Now, to add these CSS inline styles, now let's just go down over here. Let's add another paragraph here under this div element. Let's add another paragraph. And now let's just simply say this is an inline styles. This is an inline style. Now, to add this inline style, now you go over to the opening tag of your element. Now, in this case, now we are going over here inside the opening tag of the paragraph. Now you give your space and you use your style attribute. We have done this before. You use your style attribute, and now after the style attribute, you use your equal sign, and then you use your double quotes. Now inside this double quote is where you are going to put your stylings. Now you come over here. Now, for example, let's say we want to give it a color. Say color, and then after color, you use your colon, and after your colon, you give your space, the color of red. Let's give it the color of red. And then you use your semicolon at the back. Now use your semicolon. You can see now the style, equal sign, color, and then your colon, and then your attribute value, which is red. So that is how you can also add other values here inside the quote. You can come over here, you give your space inside. Now let's say we want the font size to be a little bit bigger, so you can say font hyphen size. You can say font size. You can see now, let's give it a font size of 25 pixels. Now you can see font size of 25 pixels. Now you can add many more styles to this paragraph. If you can add many more styles to this paragraph if you want. You can just come over here and keep adding styles if you want. So now let's just refresh this and see what we have on our web page. Now you can see this is our paragraph with a font size of 25 pixel and the color of red. So that is how you can use your inline styles to add a style to your HTML web page. Now I want to give you an insight a little bit on this, on using this CSS inline style. Now, using this CSS inline style is not really the best practice. The best practice is to use your CSS external style sheet. Use your CSS external style sheet over here. You use your CSS external style sheet to style your HTML page, because you don't want to cram your HTML page with too many CSS styles. It won't make your work look neat. Okay, it will make your work too scant. It will make it really neat. So you need to use your external style sheet. If you want to use your inline style, if maybe you can do that if maybe the website you're creating is a small website. If maybe it's a small website where you don't have to change this, if you don't have any plans of changing these styles you made, then that is when you can use the CSS inline style. If maybe it's a small website, but if it's a big website, when you are using a big website, of course you would want to change some certain things because it's a big website. But if it's a small site, that is where you can use the CSS inline style. But I recommend that the best practice is to use the CSS external style sheet, this over here. Yeah, so okay, that will be it for this video, guys. I will see you guys in the next video.